Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all to another episode of the new member orientation series. And in this episode, we are going to learn about the club culture and policy mastery. So, in Toastmasters, we have people from various nationalities all coming under one roof to spend 2 hours of time only to learn, enjoy, and grow. So Toastmasters is a platform where people enjoy to learn, and it's very important that we respect each other. That is very important because in Toastmasters promise, there is a promise which says that members and the guests should be treated with respect and courtesy. That is promise number 7. So let us see what is the club culture that needs to be followed and what are policies as a Toastmaster we should be aware of. So every club is unique. Every Toastmasters has a unique culture and identity. Okay, and it has its own set of policies. So these norms they all exist to create a respectful, inclusive, and professional environment where everyone can learn and grow. So there are some aspects that we need to be aware as Toastmasters, as a members of Toastmaster Club. So first of all, first one of the first aspects is the dress code. So we need to know what kind of dress can we wear in a Toastmasters meeting. Now a meeting might demand the members to wear a formal wear or a casual or smart casual. Now it depends, it varies by club. Now some clubs are actually strict on on uh, on a dress code, or some clubs might be not that much strict on dress code. So it depends on the club again, and it depends on the type of the meeting. Now a meeting might demand to wear a particular set of dress code. That again depends on the theme of the meeting. So that is about the dress code. Now the second thing is regarding the taboo topics. Now what do you mean by taboo topics? Now in Toastmasters, again it depends on the region where you are. There are clubs, there are certain taboo topics that needs to be avoided while presenting your speeches or while talking in a Toastmasters meeting. Like in our district, we have a taboo topic such as sex, religion, and politics. We should not discuss about them in a Toastmasters meeting. So that the reason why we are not discussing about them is so that others will not be so that it will not harm the other's self-esteem. That's the reason why we are avoiding such topics. The third aspect is attendance expectations. Now there are clubs which actually conducts meetings every week, that is once in every week, and there are clubs which conducts meetings once in a month, and there are clubs which conducts twice in a month. Now most of the clubs in district 116 they conduct 2 times a month, right? So again it varies by club. So as a member we should be aware of what are the attendance expectations. Then we have the club culture. So we need to understand whether the club is a formal club, whether it is a casual club, whether it is serious, whether the clubs conduct serious meetings or have fun meetings, whether the environment is supportive or competitive. So these are some of the information that we need to know as a member of a Toastmasters club. So your club is unique. So take time to learn it personally. Now, why do these policies exist? Now, the reason why these policies exist are mainly because of 4 reasons. First of all, we need to know that, first of all, it is respect. So when you are following norms, it shows respect for fellow members and the club. The second thing is inclusivity. When you're following these norms, what happens is you're avoiding diverse topics to ensure that everyone feels welcome. The third one is professionalism. So when you're following a dress and behavior standards, it creates a positive learning environment for the members. And the last one is engagement. So when you are attending the Toastmasters meeting, these attendance policies they will actually keep members active and growing. So these are the reasons why these policies exist. So these policies help everyone feel safe and focused on learning. That is the reason why these policies exist. Now, how to find out your club norms? So we can follow a 3-step procedure for this one in order to know more about our club norms. So first thing is to observe. So observe how members of a club dress, speak, and interact at meetings. That is number one. Number two is we need to ask, in case if there is a doubt, ask your mentor, VP education, or the president of the club about more details regarding your club's policies. And last one is to read. To read the new member packet, the one which you will be receiving on the first day of the meeting. So read the contents of the new member packet find out more information from the club website or the Toastmasters policy documents. So you will get more information when you perform these 3 acts. So there would be questions like, what should I wear? So who should you ask? You should ask the VP Education, President, or the mentor. Are there any topics to avoid? You can ask your mentor or any other club officer. If you need to know about the attendance policy, then you can ask the VP Education, or you can go to a club policy document and find out from there. Or if you want to know more about the club culture, you can ask any experienced member about the history of the club, or about how the club meetings are conducted and what is the culture amongst the members. So these are some of the common questions that a new member might be having, and it's very important that new member ask these questions to either the club officer or to the experienced member. So when in doubt, just ask. Leaders or mentors are always happy to help. So how do you uphold the club standards? So always lead by examples. So as I said before, we follow a 3-step procedure, that is observe, ask, and read. So observe means you are learning the norms by watching others. You are asking, you are clarifying about things that you are unsure of. You are reviewing the club materials and the policies. And to add to it, you need to follow. That is, once you know the norms, then it is our responsibility that we follow them consistently. And always lead by example. If you know the norms, implement them in your Toastmaster journey. Okay, show respect for the club's culture and encourage others to do the same. So that is how you uphold the club standards. So following the norms shows respect and helps you fit in quickly. So to summarize the entire video, the key takeaways are basically about the dress code. So you need to observe, ask, and dress appropriately for your club meeting. Again, it depends on the club, and it also depends on the theme of the meeting. Okay, so it's always better to ask it's always better to ask the club officer or the experienced member. Then avoid taboo topics, whichever is there as per your club. Now, as I said, in our district, the taboo topics that we avoid generally are the sex, religion, and politics. So whenever you discuss anything regarding anything in Toastmaster meeting, avoid these topics. And the third one is the attendance policy. So learn about the attendance policy, learn when the meetings are scheduled, and how many meetings do I need to attend as a Toastmaster. Okay, not the minimum requirement. It is now the reason. Now ideally you should attend all the meetings so that you will be staying engaged, but learn how like for how many meetings. Try to acquire information about what is the minimum requirement. And the last one is the club culture. So you need to observe, adapt, and enjoy the experience that you're going to witness in the Toastmasters club. So every club is different. So always perform these 3 acts: observe, ask, and read, and also to follow and lead by example. When in doubt, ask your mentor or a club officer to know more about the club norms and policies. So thank you for watching the series, and this is the last episode actually for the entire new member orientation series. Now after this video, there will be a summary video where I'm going to explain about what we have covered since the beginning and until now. So thank you for listening. Now in case if you have any doubt or queries regarding the club policy and the club culture, please do post them in the comment section and I'll be happy to respond to them. Thank you very much, and see you in the last episode. Thank you once again.